You smell that? It smells like if your grandma smoked a lot of cigarettes.
Oh.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
My grandma doesn't smoke a lot of cigarettes, but like, well, that's what she would smell like if she did. So I did tell you guys when we moved back to Ontario that I wanted to move somewhere where it was north enough that when it snowed, the snow stayed. Because there's nothing worse than like the middle of winter when it snows and within a day it melts and it's all slushy and gross and like you never really get nice snow. So this isn't a complaint. Don't see this as a complaint because I got exactly what I asked for. But something that we're gonna have to figure out is what we're gonna do with this next winter. Because like now that I got the S10 out of there, I can't get it back. Especially with the fact that we just lowered it, like it isn't going back in there. This thing isn't gonna fit in there. I already have too much snow here that's like frozen into kind of like ice to snow blow it out of the way. So now I just got stuff piling up in the flat spots. I was thinking of buying like those car shelters, but unless you guys can tell me like a car shelter that you've had that is good, because everywhere I go I see these car shelters people have and they're always friggin' like ripped in half or blown over. I just don't feel like the car shelters are really made that well. It's fine, we're gonna be okay, we're gonna live through it. But it's not ideal because the more cars that come and go and the more times it snows, the less space I'm gonna have to move out there. I saw a couple comments in the last video. You guys thought that I had this thing like just magically put in there. It's on the engine stand. I guess the engine stand was kind of hard to see in the video. But boys, today it is finally time to get to work on this freaking skyscraper. Dude, front wheel drive engines are always so tall. So you guys know that for the last little while I've been collecting parts for this K20. We got a bunch of K-Tune stuff. I unboxed that one day. And then I have just like little things here and there, but what actually happened was when I bought this engine, I bought it from Tim. And Tim had this for like a while. He thought he had some parts at his parents' house that he didn't have. So I had like a list of stuff that I thought I didn't need, but now I might need. It's been one of those things where this has been ongoing for a while. I think I spent a lot of last year trying to get everything perfect instead of trying to make progress. So this year I want to focus on making progress, getting builds finished, getting new things started, just consistently moving instead of waiting for like the perfect video opportunity to arise or all of the parts. I want to just start doing what I can and doing more. Anyways, that being said, there is a bunch of stuff that I know that this K20 needs, but there's a bunch of stuff that it might also need. That was a bad sentence. In my brain, I can't figure out every little thing it needs until I do everything I have and see where we're at. So essentially today I want to start doing just that. There's a lot of stuff that I have for this engine already. There's a lot of stuff that I want to get done. So my thought process is we'll basically just start working on this thing. You guys can see it's like kind of freaking gross in some spots and like kind of not bad in others. It's weird. Like aluminum doesn't rust, it just like erodes. Kind of, yeah, I don't know if that's the word. Whatever it is, it's custy. This thing was from a scrapyard. Remember, it had like the seat belt as like the strap, because that's how they yanked it out of the scrapyard. So I'm interested to dig into here, see what we find inside, and mainly get it cleaned up. Honestly, a lot of the stuff like this, I'm sure I should put back on because it protects the oil filter and stuff, so the oil temperatures will stay low. Probably something that I can actually try the sandblaster out, give this guy a good clean, hit him with some high temp paint, call it a day. Instantly looks better in terms of like giving me room to clean everything up. I tried to fill every hole. I actually had these all filled before, if you've seen it in the garage. You saw that, and then one day I made like a mega mess and I was out of shot towels, so I started robbing them out of here and like putting them on the floor. So I refilled all these holes. I refilled anything here that I couldn't tape over because there was like oil there. Anyway, I realized really quickly that like I'm taking it all apart, but I should check on what gaskets I actually have before I completely strip this thing down, and then I end up like breaking a gasket that I have to reuse or something. Gasket kit is right here. Damn, dude, this is a thick ass set right here. All right, so that should be good. That looks like it's gonna be everything we're gonna need. I also got a fresh set of ARP head studs. These ones say that they're for a K20A. This was like the only thing that I was having a lot of trouble with. They don't sell, ARP doesn't make head studs that say K20Z on them at all. Now everybody told me that they should be basically the exact same thing, so I ordered up Some fresh studs right here. You guys can see them. We got all the hardware, all the lube. And it was actually my boys at Garage 16 that gave me like the confidence that were like, yo, don't worry, it's gonna fit. So I ordered it up from them and they actually sent me a look care package. So thank you, boys. That is fire. Brake clean, boys. It's always brake clean. Also, yo, who else is getting screwed by this curbside pickup? Like, I don't know what it's like where you guys live, but right now we're on like pretty good lockdown. I don't know if you've noticed, but like I haven't had Chris in the videos or anything recently. We're actually trying to do the lockdown. We're actually trying to participate, do our part for like the time being, because there's no need to like be too cool to participate. So everything's like curbside pickup. You gotta buy it online. Nick Courtney just went and picked up some stuff that I bought. Look how big this brush is. Oh my God. Bro, that's so big. That's totally not what I thought I was getting. I totally thought I was getting like a little 3-incher. Anybody else buy shit online and it's always like not what you thought? It's okay, you know what? It'll honestly probably work better. Like, look at all the area we're hitting. I also found something interesting. Apparently Honda puts VINs on their blocks. I did not know this. There you go, boys. You tell me if this thing's stolen or not. But dude, look how clean everything looks. I mean, like, gasket actually looks pretty new. It doesn't look like it's really like aged at all. The valve cover is disgusting. You guys seen like the paint and everything's flaking off? But like, look, okay, there it all goes. Look at that. It's not even dirty. Not even a little bit. Like, this looks brand new. The cams look like they've been worn for sure. The cams definitely have some wear on them, you can see. But like, dude, even this timing chain, like, this all looks like almost brand new. It's kind of tripping me out. Also, I guess that this is for VTEC. I've never actually seen this out of a VTEC engine before, so I'm assuming, because like, that's your cam and basically just adjusts it, right? These cams are in like every engine, but this piece I've never actually seen before. So I'm assuming this piece moves, this guy here, like moves to adjust it. You guys gotta comment and tell me if that's how it works, because that's what I would be led to believe, but I could be wrong. Anyways, okay, so this is not terrible. I guess we keep going and see what else we find. So that nobody can accidentally f it. And we're gonna carry on. It might be worth it to get cams. These cams are like, they definitely are scored. A lot of them have some scoring. And some of these even have like a little bit of, just from sitting, like it'll literally come off once you, like even me rubbing it, rubs some of it off. Like it got way lighter. But it might just be worth our time to just get cams. Do you smell that? It smells like if your grandma smoked a lot of cigarettes.
Oh.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
My grandma doesn't smoke a lot of cigarettes, but like, well, that's what she would smell like if she did. Okay, ready? Let's see if I did this. And just pop it down right there if you can.
I can't. Oh.
You go try. There you go. It's honestly pretty clean. It's definitely not bad. Like, not having done this we would have been okay, you know?
Yeah.
Someone comment, tell me what this thing does. I don't get it. It looks like it does something with the coolant, but I just don't get what. Will it get sucked or pushed into here? I think this makes coolant flow one way. That way it's not just in here like being madness. I think it pushes it so that it goes like, and comes back out. You know what I mean? It's like constantly circulating. Right here is patched, right? It's tagged on the inside and the outside. Plate is much bigger. The plate that they welded on goes all the way up the side here. You can see where it came through a little bit. Overpatched it like crazy, and they welded on the inside and the outside. Saying I need a new oil pan because of that is really just nitpicking at that point. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this oil pan's probably fine to keep using. I'm pretty pleased with how everything looks, to be honest. I'll admit, I went way more ham than I originally planned. I spent all night out here last night cleaning this up to the best of my abilities. I used a Scotch-Brite pad on the top of the pistons, and then this really didn't need much cleaning. Like if you look, you can still see, I don't know if you guys can see, you can still see like the cross hatching on there. There was really no head gasket residue, which was nice. It means I didn't have to like scratch anything or worry about scoring anything or anything like that. I did the same thing with the head. So the head was a little bit more work. The exhaust was disgusting. And then I did the same thing. I cleaned up all underneath here and I cleaned up the timing chain cover. So this has been degreased and then acetoned because I just feel like acetone is a safe bet when you don't know what to use to make sure everything's good. This whole block has been degreased and then acetoned on the spots where I want to paint it. And this whole thing has been degreased and acetoned. And this morning before I came back out here, I did some research. Basically told to run my finger over these. And if I can't feel anything, then it should be fine. Like fingernail wise. Oh yeah, right there, I can feel it. That's unfortunate. You can feel that one with your finger for sure. That's unfortunate, but I'd rather have taken this all apart and found that than like we put it all together. We hear weird noise after a little bit. We find out that I needed cam. So like I said, I've never painted an engine before, but I need it to look so good in here, boys. Like look how good this dried. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Me and Chris had discussed like a color combo for what we were gonna do for this engine. And buddy, I'm sorry, but I had a last minute change of heart here. This valve cover, you guys know I have a new one, so I just kind of like threw tape around the bottom so I didn't have to tape over everything else, so that's why that's there. Same with the flywheel. I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but we got like a whole new clutch and flywheel kit, so if that gets painted, I don't care. My only real concern was that like I couldn't pressure wash this because it's like minus 15 degrees outside and it's hella snowy. And I could only do stuff by hand, so I'm just really hoping that like the prep work is sufficient. Got aluminum for the head, aluminum for the timing cover, and then just like a gloss black for the block and the oil pan, which honestly looks like it's sticking pretty good. I think we did a pretty good job degreasing it even though we didn't have the ideal conditions. Dude, this dried so nice. I'm stoked on that. I think that this all gloss black just dumped into there, and then we have like, because this is black, here was my thought process. This is black, the wiring harness is black, and it's a tuck harness, and fuel rail's black. Lots of other components are black that I have, and it's just gonna all just like disappear into itself. Because they're all black, they're all just gonna kind of hide, and the only things that are gonna pop are the things that I make pop. So that was my idea with painting this stuff aluminum, because we're gonna have like the red valve cover, aluminum head, aluminum timing chain cover. You'll still look in there and see an engine, it won't be a complete black blob. So we should be able to go ahead and peel this off while it's still a little moist. Actually, let's start over here. So all this should be behind a gasket. I basically just taped off anywhere that you could see that there was a gasket before. Doesn't look the prettiest now, but once it's all assembled, it should look fine. All right, so let's see. It's only been drying for a little bit, so I don't want to play with it too much, but like, oh, baby. That's gonna be so hot. Honestly though, I'm not a fan of this paint. I picked up this, like I told you, this is like Duplicolor engine enamel. It actually got stuck a couple times, like the sprayer. What the heck? Which was extremely annoying. I found that the gray, this like aluminum color, was really runny. We'll have to see how it holds up to like driving and usage, but I just didn't like using it. Okay, just for fun, we're gonna do one of these. Oh, damn, dude, look at that. Wow, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. This thing is still a freaking skyscraper, but look at it. The wrinkle red on that K-tune valve cover really just like, I think this does look a little bit better than like the all black. It defines like, okay, there's your engine. Everything doesn't just kind of like become a massive black blob. Okay, so all this went really well. I got carried away touching all this stuff. Like it's literally been drying for like 45 minutes. It says it dried to the touch in 3 hours. I don't want to install anything and put any of the hardware in and start like chipping paint off till it's fully cured. And we can't even fully really install everything because we don't have cams. So I think what makes most sense is I'm gonna go try and find some cams. I'm gonna do a little bit of research, see what I can get, hopefully order some up really, really quickly. And then once the cams get here, we can fully assemble everything here. This stuff should all be dried out, which is gonna be wicked, dude. I'm so pumped. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. And until next time, peace out and stay committed.
So you're telling me people won't want to see this?
They're not gonna like this. I definitely knew I was gonna get yelled at for how I did the chain.